Good morning, 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 everybody. Welcome to another edition, another episode of our Good Morning Daily Devotional. This is the daily devotional that is strategically designed to help you navigate through grief one day at a time. That's right. For those of you who are grappling with grief, who are seeking to mourn meaningfully, this devotion is for you. And I'm so grateful and thankful for our online virtual community that has the wonderful opportunity to gather together daily to navigate through grief one day at a time. It's your boy, Pastor Corey Allen Duncan Sr., certified grief coach, and I'm here to help you to mourn meaningfully as you navigate through this season of grief. Look, I'm so thankful for your presence. I'm thankful for all that God is doing. You got to know and understand God put this on my heart to do because there are so many people who are grieving. There are so many people who are mourning. There are so many people who have dealt with loss, change, and transition who have never unpacked it, who have never tried to get help, who have never sought counseling, therapy, coaching. They just continue to move forward. And as we always say, y'all, grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is how it is expressed on the outside. We don't want you to suppress it. We want you to express it. We want you to address it and express it in the most meaningful way. So this community was strategically put together and designed to help us to come together every single day at 8 a.m. And to get a grief bite, right? To be able to process and digest our grief in the most meaningful way. And so, thank you for allowing me to be a part of your grief journey and to help you along the way. Amen. Let's get into it. Today's lesson is really, 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 really good. Today is Thursday, January the 19th. We're going to talk about secure your mask first. Secure your mask first. Look at this quote from George Sand. Nothing resembles selfishness more closely than self respect. Nothing resembles selfishness more closely than self respect. Especially early in our grief, we may find ourselves deaf to the needs of others. We may not want to listen to other people's problems. We may not have the energy to attend to our children or other family members who may also be grieving. We often feel flabbergasted that the world is still turning while our lives are a complete or at complete standstills. Is there anybody that can relate to any of this right here? Right? Is there anybody that can relate to say, yo, that's how I've been feeling. I couldn't articulate it. I couldn't put a hand on it. I really couldn't. Haven't been able to express it that way. But that's exactly how I feel. As a band, 24. I've been preaching for 24 this year, 25 years. Pastoring 8 years, 25, 8. And I remember when my father died back in 2011, and I took this. I took this position. I took this disposition of as a pastor who's always there when other people lose their family members, always there to help make arrangements, plans, the strong one helping you navigate through. When my father died, I said pretty much, I'm not. It's about me right now, right? Hey, I know you lost a brother. I know you lost a son. I know y'all done lost this. I don't care about none of that right now. I'm focused on the fact that I lost my father, and so I said I'm gonna be very selfish in this moment because I don't have time to help anybody else to navigate through what you lost because I'm too focused on what I lost. It's about me right now, and I'm sorry if that offends anybody. I'm really not sorry. It is what it is, right? Because always helping other people, I wasn't trying to be the strong one. I was trying to focus on what I lost in the midst of that moment. And so I thought this was so powerful and so true that especially early in our grief, we may find ourselves deaf to the needs of others. We may not want to listen to others' people problems. We ain't got the energy to attend to our children or family members. We often feel flabbergasted that the world is still like I mean, son, how can you just shine this morning? How you just gonna shine this morning? You just gonna come up? The world, you just gonna keep on turning? Don't you know I lost my loved one? And you got the nerve, the sun got the nerve to come up and shine today. that we feel flabbergasted that the world is still spinning. Like everything is supposed to stop. How can everything just continue to go? How can everything just continue to flow? How can everything just continue? Everybody just continue to moving. People catching buses. People making coffee. The world still spinning. The sun still shining. Well, I mean, how? Moon? How can you come out tonight? Stars? What are y'all doing? Y'all just supposed to stop and mourn and grieve like me, right? We often feel flabbergasted that the world is still turning while our lives are at a complete standstill. Check this out. Are we being self indulgent? If that's our mindset, are we too wrapped up in ourselves? Has grief turned us into narcissistic egomaniacs? Here it is. Actually, the temporary selfishness of grief is a form of self respect. Listen to me, my brothers and sisters. The temporary selfishness of grief is a form of self respect. The temporary selfishness of grief is a form of self respect. I'm going to say it again because I really want you to put this, I want to give you a framework to navigate through your day and your life with. The temporary selfishness of grief, here it is. It is a form of self respect. No, you're not being an egotistic maniac. No, you are not narcissistic. No, you're not wrapped up in yourself. No, you're not too self-indulgent. You got to know that the temporary selfishness of grief, it is a form of self-respect. When all we can think about is how we are feeling, it's because we've been torn apart and need to work on putting ourselves back together before we can be of use to others. I hope somebody is getting their freedom papers on today. I hope this is liberating you, right? Because the temporary selfishness of grief is a form of self respect. And when all we can think about is how we are feeling, it's because we've been torn apart and we need to work on putting ourselves back together before we can be of use to others. Our self focus honors this reality. I call it the cocooning phenomenon. And it's normal and it's necessary. Let me help you, y'all. Think of it like this. Think of it like the smart advice to put on your own oxygen mask first in the event of an airplane catastrophe. Most of us have ridden on an airplane. At the beginning of the ride, the stewardess is giving you this long speech, and they begin to tell you, in case we lose cabin pressure, secure your mask first. That if there's a catastrophe that has happened, if there's a calamity that's taken place, if we lose cabin pressure on this airplane, before you help anybody else, you have to secure your mask first. Here it is. That's why you got to do it. If you don't, you'll conk out completely. And then what good are you to yourself or to anyone else? Grief puts you in a position that forces you to secure your mask first. Nope, you're not being too self-indulgent. Nope, you're not being a narcissistic egomaniac. Look, you have to secure your mask first. This season is for you. You are trying to pick up the pieces and put things back together. You are in a season where you have to focus on yourself. You can't help anybody else spiritually, mentally, emotionally if you are not tending to you, right? Grief puts you in a place that forces you to secure your mask first. And I want you to take the time. Look, don't be so addicted to busy. Don't be trying to be so busy trying to keep everybody else together that you fail to keep yourself together, because what's going to happen is you're going to conk out completely, and you are literally going to have a breakdown because you're still trying to function as if everything is normal. Let me help you, beloved. Nothing is normal. What you are going through, look, this is the season you're in is not normal, right? Your world has been flipped upside down, and you have to put yourself in a place where you are securing your mask first. But I feel selfish. Nope. What did I tell you? Nothing resembles selfishness more than self-respect. It's not selfish, it's self-respect. You are respecting yourself in this season and understanding. Here it is. I love this final quote. Here it is. I must attend to my own grief right now. I am the priority. I must attend to my own grief right now. I am the priority. Y'all put that in the chat for me. I must attend to my own grief right now. I am the priority. I must attend to my own grief right now. I am the priority. Please put it in the chat. I must attend to my own grief right now. I am the priority. I must attend to my own grief right now. I am the priority. I must attend to my own grief right now. I am the priority. I want you to put it in the chat. Thank you. Thank you, Denise. I must attend to my own grief right now. I am the priority. Thank you, Miss Donna. I need you to write this down. Yeah, I hope and pray. We're going to be on this journey for 365 days. It would be a shame before God for you to go through this time without cataloging this time, without getting you a journal, right? Get you a journal, write the date, write the title of the lesson, write these little quotes. These things are going to help you, not just today. Give us this day our daily bread. This is going to sustain you. Write these mantras down. Put them on, get t-shirts made. Put them on your bathroom mirror. Put them in your car. Do some note cards. Put them everywhere so that you can repeat these things, right? Put them everywhere so you can repeat these things. Thank you, Miss Donna. Thank you, Stacia. I must attend to my own grief right now. I am the priority. Thank you, Corey. Thank you, Kimberly Mack. Thank you, Marissa B. Thank you, Sean Spells. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, Vaughn McCants. Thank you, Carmen Kennedy. Thank you, Mother Duncan. I must attend to my own grief right now. I am the priority. That's what you got to know and understand. You have to secure your mask first. Your world has been flipped upside down, and selfishness is a form of self-respect. Respect yourself enough, love yourself enough to attend to you. This is what's crazy. The same attention to detail that you give everybody else and making sure that they're good, give yourself that same attention to detail. Give yourself that same attention to detail to ensure that you are in a position so that you can navigate through this successfully. Tiffany says, when my mind passed, life and my feelings and emotions stopped. I thought something was seriously wrong with me. I couldn't hurt or cry for anyone issues over, or even other death. I was no longer a support system for others. My heart had the biggest hole. My heart had the biggest hole in it. My mom was gone. That's a different kind of hurt and pain, and I couldn't help anyone in their time of grief. I mean, it's so very true, right? So I know this lesson really hits and is right on time for you. It's so very true because you find yourself in that season and everything stops. Here it is. I don't have the capacity. I don't have the capacity. I can't, there's nothing. I am totally depleted, right? You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't get blood out of a turnip, right? I am totally depleted. And so I got to understand, here it is, your mantra for the day. I must attend to my own grief right now. I am the priority. Look, I hope this lesson has been a blessing. I hope it's been impactful. Comments, questions. Do you have any comments, any questions? Any comments and any questions? Any comments, any questions? Yep, tapped out completely. Any comments, any questions? Look, I'm so forward to looking to this. I'm looking forward to this. Yo, I did some digging. I looked up some stuff. The book that we're coming out of, this 365-day grief devotional, the individual who wrote it is actually going to be here in Indianapolis in April doing I think he's doing a workshop, a speech, a workshop, or whatever. I'm going to get y'all that information, y'all, because I said I'm definitely going. I want to go. I'm going. But I'll get y'all that information. It's 4 months down the line. But if anybody else wants to go and attend um, the workshop, I'm assuming it's grief workshop. I don't know what it is. We can all go. We can get some good morning shirts made, and I'm going. If y'all want to go, let's posse up. Come on, and go down there. It's gonna be phenomenal. It's gonna be phenomenal. And so I'm looking forward to it. But it's in April. I give you the information. I know it's 3 months out. I get you the information. And yeah, Tiff, come on up if you got the opportunity. Come on up. We'll make and let me know. So if you definitely do, because I know you coming from a good ways. Let me know so we can just all plan that evening or that day together, and even like go out to eat, and have an opportunity to fellowship. So let's do that. Let's do that. Let's make that happen. Let's do that. Let's make that happen. Any questions? Any comments? Any questions? Any comments? I so appreciate y'all. I want to tell y'all this, y'all. Sometimes God just gives you enough light for the step that you're on, and I know that he has instructed me to do this. I have no idea where it's going. I think that God is going to do with this exceedingly and abundantly above anything I can ask, think, or imagine, above anything you can ask, think, or imagine. And so y'all just be in prayer with me over good morning. Be in prayer with me over good morning, because God is about to do something ridiculous, right? Because so many people are hurting, they're hurting on a continual basis. And I haven't seen, other than trying to go to, a therapy or counseling, I haven't seen it. Maybe it is, but something that's in place in an ongoing fashion for people who are grieving and mourning. And so just be in prayer, be in prayer, be in prayer, and we're going to see what God is going to do. Billy, talk to me. Pastor, I didn't pay attention to the nudges and I wasn't able to speak to my uncle. Now he's unable to speak and he doesn't have long. So check this out, Billy. They always say hearing is the last thing to go, right? They always say hearing is the last thing to go. So even if he's unable to speak, right? Even if he's unable to speak, 10 times out of 10, he's still able to hear. So if you get an opportunity, I would definitely go see him and just talk, right? Just talk, just talk. Because even if he's unable to speak, 9 times out of 10, he's still able to hear. So if you still have the opportunity to go, even if he can't speak back, just talk to him, right? So make sure you do that. Make sure you do that. You say you didn't pay attention to the nudges. Hey, we can't do nothing about that. But this time right here, make sure you do that. Yes, thank you, Corey. I'm telling you, it's going something is gonna happen. Something is definitely gonna happen. So thank you for doing that. It's gonna happen. Stacia, when my mom passed, other people wanted to tell me about their journey when their mom passed. I felt selfish because I didn't want to hear about their journey because I was going through. Let me tell you. Let me tell you something, Stacia. This is what's funny. And I think people mean well, they don't know how to connect. And so they try to show you that they understand how you feel. And they do that by overlooking what you're going through and focus on their journey, what they went through, right? To try to draw a connection. And I don't want to hear that, right? I don't. Maybe later on down the line we can talk and we can share this, we can share in this, but right now I don't want to hear about how your loved one passed when I'm trying to grieve and mourn my loved one, right? And so um no, it's not that selfishness is self-respect. I'm trying to focus on me and hearing about you, this, that, and the other. Like, no, this ain't the time, right? And a lot of that is people just don't know how to come alongside of people as they navigate through their trauma, as they navigate through their grief, as they deal with their loss and transition. They have a tendency to focus the light on them when I don't want to hear that. So, no, you are absolutely right. Pastor, I find it hard for me to accept new people in my life, and it's extremely hard for me to love others, especially new people. I have a hole in my heart since my mom passed, and I don't like this feeling. I'm glad you have been able to articulate that, and understand self-awareness is everything. So you begin to understand where you are, right? And you begin to understand You give yourself permission to feel, you understand where you are, right? And you take it before the Lord in prayer and you begin to dissect it, right? This is the type of stuff that you work out in therapy, counseling, or coaching, right? So you have the opportunity to ask questions, to peel back those layers. And I know you inbox me. I know we've been going back and forth. We're gonna set something up as well. But you get the opportunity to start peeling back to ask those questions, right? Like, why is it hard for you to accept new people? Why is it hard for you to love others? So to really get to the core to help you to navigate through that. So oftentimes there's things we don't understand and we need somebody to come along to help us, whether we do that in community, whether we do it with an individual through coaching, counseling, therapy, whatever the case may be. But that's why this is so important, because there are people that can help us to gain an understanding of what we're processing and digesting and how we feel. And so, yeah, I'm definitely going to follow up, and we'll set something up so that we can help you navigate through that. There may be an emotional physical response from hearing your voice. Absolutely. This is true. So if he can't talk, but he can hear, and there may be a physical response. He may squeeze your hands. He may blink his eyes. His respirations may go up, Billy. So all of that is so very important. Grieving experience is so unique and personal. It is. It is. It is definitely unique and personal. Whew, I love this community. Any other questions, comments? I appreciate y'all every single day, 8 o'clock, y'all. We are going to be here. We're going to have the opportunity to navigate through this thing together. And God is up to something. It's bigger than me. I'm trying to tell you, it is bigger than me. He's up to something, and I'm super duper excited about it. I am super duper excited about it, about what God is doing and about what's going to happen. All right. No other question or comments. I love y'all with the love of the Lord. Y'all make sure you got your word for the day. You got your mantra for the day. Make sure you hang on to that. I must attend to my own grief right now. I am the priority. I must attend to my own grief right now. I am the priority. I love you with the love of the Lord. Continue to navigate through grief one day at a time. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.